the brain is a marvelous organ, but are there natural ways to boost your brain power? Do brain boosting herbs exist? And if so, how can you benefit? On this video, I'm going to discuss 4 key herbs that could potentially boost your brain power. If you want to learn more about natural ways to boost your brain function, boost your brain health, watch this video. Let's go!
It's the hot boy. Yeah, it's the hot boy.
If you Google brain boosting supplements or brain boosters, you will come across hundreds of supplements that claim to have an impact on the brain. A common theme amongst a lot of these supplements is that they will have at least one herb ingredient in the mix, and these brain boosters fall under the field of nootropics. The field of nootropics was started in the 1960s when scientists discovered synthetic drugs that were able to demonstrate some benefit to mental performance and memory, but the use of natural plants for the exact same reason has been used during ancient times. There is some evidence that these plants have been used up to 10,000 years ago. Fun fact: the brain accounts for roughly 2% of the body's weight, but utilizes over 20% of the body's oxygen and energy, and it's also the furthest organ away from the heart. That's why what we do, our lifestyle, can have a direct impact on the brain's health and performance, and this is because blood flow is key. And whilst we're talking percentages, it's worth mentioning that the idea that we use 10% of our brain's power is a myth.
10% may not seem like much, but it's a lot if you look at all we've done with it.
We actually use virtually every single part of our brain almost all the time, and it's active almost most of the time, even during rest. So lay that out your head. There's no pill that's going to take your brain from 10% to 100%. That is scientifically untrue. But before we dive into the herbs, as we always do, let's go over 4 key things you can do right now to instantly boost your brain power. The first thing you can do right now to help boost your brain power is deep breathing, or paying attention to your breath. In one study, 21 healthy adults received 4 hours of mindful breath awareness training, and then they were asked to practice this breath awareness training for 10 minutes per day for 3 weeks. And what the results showed at that time was those who actually completed the breathing training had improved results on a test. And what they also found was the more that they meditated and breathed, the better their results. So the first thing you can do right now is to learn how to meditate, learn how to breathe deeply, and sometimes throughout your day, pay some attention to your breath and learn some deep relaxation techniques, as stress can kill brain cells, literally, and it can also reduce the size of the brain. The second thing you can do right now to help boost your brain power is to exercise. Exercise impacts the brain in a few ways. Firstly, exercise can have a direct impact on blood flow, and also exercise has a direct impact on key neurotransmitters in the brain, such as serotonin, GABA, glutamate, and dopamine. Actually, one study found that exercise activates the metabolic pathway that replenishes these neurotransmitters. So, get to exercising to help boost your brain power. The third thing you can do right now to help boost your brain power is to improve your sleep. This is quite an obvious one, and I think it may be worth going over 4 herbs that may help boost your sleep quality. So if that's something you want to see, comment below, let me know. A few comments and that will be done for you. Lack of sleep actually has a detrimental effect on the brain, especially when it comes to memory, attention, and concentration. It's said to be quite counterproductive to work longer and sleep less, as the quality of your work may suffer. So it's okay to take breaks. Sleep well, because it's quality over quantity. It's recommended for better brain health and brain power to sleep between 7 to 8 hours. So don't feel bad for resting. Resting is key to the process. The fourth thing you can do right now to help boost your brain power is to eat brain foods and reduce brain limiting foods. Brain limiting foods include sugar, gluten, alcohol, and junk foods, whilst brain boosting foods include healthy oils like chia seeds, avocado, and nuts, and even MCT oil. Also, low sugar brain boosting fruits with high antioxidants and polyphenols are very beneficial. Fruits like strawberries, goji berries, and blueberries, blackberries. Berries as a whole are good to add to your diet, as well as other fruits. Even supplementation is very beneficial here. Supplements like vitamin D3, for example. And this is because many of us in the West tend to be vitamin D deficient, especially if you have darker skin. And vitamin D is very important for brain health. And the reason for this is because vitamin D activates and deactivates enzymes in the brain. And vitamin D is important in the cerebrospinal fluid that is involved in neurotransmitter synthesis and nerve growth. It might be worth looking into a good vitamin D3 supplement to keep your brain power up. I know some of you guys just want me to get directly into the herbs, but I believe background is key, especially things that are proven to help boost your brain health now. That's why, for example, some of the smartest people in the world start their morning routine with exercise. Exercise is proven to be beneficial for the brain. Herbs, on the other hand, scientific research can be mixed. And there is also no magic pill. It's a combination of things. So it's good to understand the potential lifestyle elements that can help you today. Before I get into the herbs, one final thing, as a whole, if you're having any of these symptoms, forgetfulness, especially in the short term, memory, cravings, inability to focus, low energy, moodiness, or anger, then it's time to take action. These are key symptoms that alert you that you need to start paying more attention to your brain. If that's been beneficial to you so far, make sure you drop a like down below. It'll be really, really beneficial to this video and getting the message out there. So without further ado, let's get into the 4 herbs. The first herb for brain power is ginkgo biloba. Blood is key for brain health. We mentioned before that the brain is the furthest organ away from the heart. But what many don't know is that the brain has some of the smallest blood vessels, especially the further and deeper you dive into the brain. This is why blood flow is very important. And fun fact, 1 liter to 1.5 liters of blood go through the brain every single minute. And when this happens, well, people tend to be more alert, people tend to be sharper. So anything that benefits blood flow will help benefit the brain. I say that to say this. One of the reasons why ginkgo may be beneficial for the brain is that ginkgo has the ability to improve blood levels of nitric oxide, and nitric oxide improves blood circulation, and this is via the dilation of blood vessels. So ladies and gentlemen, this is not only good for your first head, but it's also good for your second head. But also, if you're thinking clearly with your first head, this allows you to make better decisions on how to utilize or use your second head.
You have to think about it, think.
Blood flow isn't blood pressure. You can increase blood flow without actually changing your blood pressure. It's pretty interesting. And also, ginkgo has been shown to have protective effects on the brain, but also it's said to help reduce anxiety and help reduce stress. And although there is some studies that go against this, there are quite a good few studies that show that ginkgo can improve or enhance brain function in healthy individuals. So this may work for you or not. Everybody is different. But my personal experience with ginkgo has always been positive. It's one of the ingredients that's coming up in our new Herbie box. If you want to join the waiting list for the new Herbie box, in the description, just go to the website and put your email in. The second herb that can help boost your brain power is a herb called rhodiola rosea. This herb is powerful. Previously, it has been used to help stimulate the nervous system, reduce anxiety, enhance work performance, relieve fatigue. Multiple studies show that this herb, potentially through its antioxidant content, its blood flow enhancing benefits, its anti-inflammatory and cerebral metabolism effects, may improve learning and memory function. As always, guys, all my research links are always in the description if you want to learn a bit more or do a bit more further reading. Other mental benefits include helping to reduce stress. As you know, stress can have a direct impact on mental performance. So learn to relax. Breathe. There are other studies that confirm its benefits. One of these studies, where 56 physicians working night duty were given 170 mg of rosea or a placebo for 2 weeks, and what they found was those who were actually on the herb had reduced mental fatigue and improvements in performance by up to 20% compared to a placebo. In these studies, the doses ranged from 170 mg to 555 mg. something you might want to bear in mind. But what I find interesting about this herb is that it has been suggested that it can help raise brain electrical activity. This may happen within 30 minutes of actually taking the herb and last for up to 6 hours. And this effect might be happening because of its direct effect on the neurotransmitters in the brain, or the fact that it may help modulate or reduce the enzymes that would otherwise destroy key neurotransmitters. This herb may be close to a limitless pill because it's fast acting in some regards. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and if you've had any interactions with this herb. Personally, I've ordered some of this herb myself, so I can smell a benefits of rhodiola rosea coming soon. Let me know if that's a video you guys want to see. The third herb to help boost your brain power is panax ginseng. There is some evidence to show that panax ginseng can have a positive effect on the brain, specifically protecting the brain from brain damage, boosting mental health, boosting mood, and also aiding in mental performance and reducing fatigue. For example, one study showed that a single dose of 1 teaspoon affected mental performance in 30 healthy adults before and after a 10-minute mental test. And another study found that taking 400 mg of panax ginseng for 8 days improved calmness and their math skills during a test. So this shows great promise. The last herb we'll touch on in this video for its potential brain boosting benefits is brahmi. Brahmi is an Ayurvedic herb prescribed for more than 1400 years, and it's noted to improve memory and cognition. One peer-reviewed paper suggests good benefits, and these benefits may occur by a few mechanisms. One of these mechanisms is its antioxidant neuroprotection, but also it can help in a reduction in an enzyme that helps break down acetylcholine. And acetylcholine is very important for brain health and brain function. This is another herb that helps with blood flow and also neurotransmitter modulation. So the early evidence here shows great promise on this herb for its brain boosting benefits, but also the effects here have been shown to be almost non-existent in the short term. But with long doses over the course of 12 weeks, for example, there has been promising results. For example, in one study in people over the age of 55, by week 12, there was a significant improvement or enhancement in learning and concentration in the treatment group. And it's said that this herb also interacts with several neurotransmitters within the brain. And yeah guys, I'm very excited. You know, the brain is something I've been looking into for a very long time now. And with Herbie Box, we are launching our brain box very soon. So if you aren't part of that waiting list, make sure you click the link in the bio, get involved. And if you're watching this video, once the Athene box is out, get a box. You will really enjoy it. It really helps make the whole idea of which herbs to mix so much more easier. We make it so much simple, even giving you the right amount of break to take. So other key herbs that I haven't mentioned that you can have in your arsenal are of course cacao, milk thistle, sarsaparilla, turmeric, ginger, burdock, stinging nettle, lemon balm. To be honest guys, there are quite a few more great herbs for the brain. So if you want a part 2, make sure you smash the like button and comment below to let me know. If you want to learn more about herbs, click on my face and get my herb guide. And before you go, check out these 2 videos right here and right here. It's your brother Paulo Tote, certified herbalist nutritionist. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.